What's going on? We have a ton of crazy stuff. Bitcoin rips to $120,000. All of a sudden, we just saw crazy candles, and we're actually holding. A lot of people are flipping to bullish, and we are at the top of this Bitcoin range. It's pretty crazy. We have strategy. All of their assets, basically, all the importance that people are talking about, now listed on Robinhood. Now, Vlad Tanoff has been on a pretty big tear talking about tokenized assets, talking about changing the game for retail. And obviously he's done so in the last couple of years. I want to talk about this. There's actually, he's been really active lately. And so I want to scrub through his page a little bit because I think there's something really interesting here for all the investors, to be honest. And this is not like bull posting hood or anything. It's just like from a retail perspective, I think it's really interesting. We've got Bullish, the crypto exchange you guys heard about a few months ago, to offer Bitcoin options trading with top tier consortium of trading partners. There's a couple other interesting things from that offering. And then we also have New York lawmakers filing a bill to impose new tax on proof of work mining operations. So a bunch of stuff coming at you from Wolf Bitcoin. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you haven't already, repost the stream if you're on X. And we'll see you guys every single day here on Wolf, actually. We have spaces and streams every single day. Let's jump into the stream here. I'm going to pull up and share the first story. I'm actually go to here first. So this is the one I want to talk about. This is Robinhood, right? And so Robinhood, just, they listed a few of the assets here, like STRC. So they're all on Robinhood. You can trade them. You guys know Robinhood is an excellent platform. I love using them. And they've got a bunch of cool stuff cooking just in general. And they really led the way. Like they're pretty cool. They're a really interesting company. And so they've listed multiple stocks now that a lot of people are looking for. And Vlad Tanoff has been talking about tokenizing so many assets every single day. He's talking about this. But anyway, here's the story. So strategies preferred equities, STRC, STRK, and STRF are now available on Robinhood. 25 million funded accounts now have access to this. So STRC, by the way, offers a 10.25% dividend. This is an update from 10%, I believe. This is just a couple days ago. I think it's the second or third time they've raised that in the last couple months. And so really interesting stuff. Now, if we were to look over here at Vlad's account here, which I think is really interesting. So Vlad is the founder of Robinhood, of course, and he's been talking about tokenized assets for the longest time. If we scroll here, this is all new, by the way. This is October 2nd, right? So if you scroll down a little bit, October 2nd, PSA, tokenization will eat the entire global financial system. Thank you for listening. Of course, everyone can say this, but he's obviously putting his entire company on the line, and they've gone from a $4 billion market cap to 140. I forget. They've done like a bajillion X, right? They've actually gotten nuclear. They could chill, but they're not. They're going to keep pushing because there really are innovators, it looks like. So he's been talking about this a lot. So if we keep scrolling here, the bears take the stage. Shorting coming soon to Robinhood. Short selling involves unlimited risk. So you can tell the direction that a lot of these companies are headed. They want retail to get in. We have Wall Street coming up with all sorts of different products for the retail investor. With STRC, all these different products that MSTR is offering. You can tell this is the direction that people are headed because people are noticing that online, there's a bunch of push from retail. And it's been the first time where retail actually is getting access to stuff. They're moving the needle a little bit. They're getting conversations going. That was just never the case before. And something's really interesting coming out from Robinhood. On to the next story here with Bullish to offer Bitcoin options trading. This new offering, as there's increased demand, obviously, for hedging instruments across the full spectrum. And this is basically what we expected, right? So the options are going to be listed, or they're going to start trading next week. They're going to have all sorts of different options. This is exactly what a lot of people are worried about because you have basically two sets of people, right? You've got the crew that says this is overblown. Once there's Bitcoin lending and options trading and futures, and at some point there's going to be way too much Bitcoin. We're going to all be aware of it, and there will be a bank run. That is one side of the argument. You guys have heard it. The other argument is nothing ever happens, and they'll continue to print it. And no matter what, every single step of the way, people have realized that it is a scam, and they kept covering it up. Like you could look at '08 and say we broke, and then made a new one. You could also say we broke and continued on. You could also say we didn't break, we just kind of faltered a little bit. But the truth is, we did keep going. Now, 2008 wasn't that long ago, to be honest. People think it's a long time ago. 2008, I was awake. I was alive during 2008, you know what I mean? So it actually wasn't that long ago. We actually didn't get off the gold standard that long ago either. Like, people think it's hundreds of years or something. I'm like, brother, no, actually. No, that's not the case. And so I'm really torn on this one. We've got so many companies entering the game, right? And so, like, let me pull this up here. But the reason people are nervous is because they're like, man, there's just way too much trading and there's too many people getting in. When you have an asset that is backed like Bitcoin, which is only 21 million, how is that supposed to work? And I get that side. I understand what they're saying there. I'm really torn on it because we're at $120,000 Bitcoin, dude. Like, this is when all this stuff is supposed to happen, and it's happening right on time. Like, it's happening so scarily on time for the 4-year cycle that I don't know what to think. I really don't. So, interesting stuff there. Last story, and then we're going to jump into this market talk space here in a second on X. And by the way, if you haven't already, please do repost the stream. Actually, let me take a quick look at Bitcoin's price. So Bitcoin, I'm going to pull up Ostium here. Number one place to trade crypto and Bitcoin as well, by the way. Also doing an amazing job for the retail investor. These guys are killing it with prediction markets coming out soon. You can trade Bitcoins, you can trade crypto, you can Forex, stocks, indices, anything. They're going to be adding a whole lot more as well. And you can trade on leverage, which is really nice. You can go up and down, you can short, you can long, you can choose these things. It's fantastic. It's so easy to use. You can do limit orders, market orders, stop orders, whatever you want. All in one place. And use code WolfB down below in the tweet, or if you're on YouTube, go to the description. Highly recommend you guys check it out. But Bitcoin, I mean, you guys remember like a little while ago, we were just chopping and I was like, we have got to make a decision. Like, what is going to happen with Bitcoin? When are we going to break? When are we going to break out of the range and do something here? Like, until we get confirmation if we're going up or down, we will just range forever. And during those, there's not much to say during those times other than that. And so, like, in our market talk spaces, it was a lot of the same conversation. Like, hey, we're ranging here. If we're at the top, I'm expecting we're going to bounce back to the bottom. And that's kind of where we're at until we're not. Until we've broken the structure, we will stay in this kind of up and down range. And so we've obviously made that push. Bitcoin has ran all the way to $120,000. We are basically within a couple of percent of an all-time high. It's October that everyone's talking about, right? Literally exactly on time. It's kind of scary. I would love to know what you guys think. Please let me know if you think we are in the fourth turning or the 4-year cycle, because about a week ago, I was pretty convinced the fourth turning was here. Everything looked bearish. There was no shot that anything was going to happen. And now the 4-year cycle looks like it's inevitable. And so I don't know what to think, because how can an asset as big as Bitcoin continue to move as it has? I don't know. I don't know the way these things look. I'm just glad we're here and we're documenting it and we're going through it live with all you folks who are coming into the spaces and listening in, contributing, speaking sometimes as well. We really appreciate everyone who comes through. We try and provide any and all information pertaining to Bitcoin and trading, investing, and all the things here at Wolf. And so be sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube, if you haven't already. Repost the stream if you enjoyed it. Not a bunch of crazy stories, but I kind of wanted to just crack open the conversation around retail investing. I think what Robinhood is doing is awesome. I think what Ostium is doing is awesome. I think what Jarcy is doing is awesome. There's so many cool companies building for the retail investor to get them access to stuff that previously was only allowed to the institutional investors, to the accredited investors, to the people that they always were able to multiply their money. We are now in an age where you have a chance to get out. You have a chance to change your life. So take it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the space or the stream today, the coffee break with Cade. This is me. And the goal of this show is to give you back your time, not to take it. Whether the top stories, anything informational that's important for the day before the day gets too crazy, that's kind of the goal of this stream. So we'll catch you guys all in the next one. We're going to be live on X in about 30 seconds. We're going to go into the market talk conversation with the traders. So I'll catch you guys there for that one. If you're on X, literally refresh the screen as soon as I go off live, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.